Hello, nó cá nhân rong cho mi phong như sầu YouTube. Rong xía hẹn hệ tìa của trong YouTube mi lifestyle nó thấy tàu ó lúc liền gấu. Ê cú to có online nó chịu chỉ tàu live li chỉ của thế tàu chỉ tàu là exercise tàu là tập bệnh thôi nè. Thì she fortunately của tụi chị nhiều khó tàu của lu YouTube nhiều khó tàu live tàu li on nung nó xí chè. Của thế tiệm họ nó của là ít khó live là mù sợ của lúc đã cho đó của lúc cho thia sợ ít cho lo lá nhẹ cho của tụi mình xài cho lá nhẹ nữa ấy của tới chỉ có giờ mong sinh khoảng này vậy có giờ mong sinh khoảng cho có giờ mong đu ấy ở đây sẽ nên tên đó nè chỉ lấy cho không giờ nó mà tao cũng lấy cho không giờ nó mà lỡ uống một đôi bé chỉ lỡ mỗi lúc đã cho tao ý là tiền machine made là bùa chúa và cho đã chọn nó cho là tỷ cho xứ chỉ nhớ trong đời cũ personally chị do cũ giờ nãy chị không giờ mong xem khoảng chị cũ chỉ nhẹ lúc đã chọn chúa nó lên nè lúc nó si cho cũ xứ chị phân ở cho chị không giờ dùng ly dùng tàu chỉ mua chỉ dùng tàu chỉ mua qua nè chị thầu tư cũ tàu ý chị không giờ mong xem khoảng là chị cũ nhưng always mỗi lúc đã chọn machine và nó đầu bỏ chế chị cũng mua ít lúc đã cho tia ôi đã cho ban đầu mò nè vì để cho đã cho ban đầu mò là giờ cho ban đầu mò nè mà giờ ban đầu nhớ rồi sắp bị sinh cho không giờ mong sinh khoảng họ nè chị cũng nhẹ mua lúa chừng ban đầu mò nó cho là sợ là bỏ cho là đầy cho lúa cho tì cho lúa cho chị thầu vô ná kia chị không giờ giảm mong tới chị có tiền đó cầu là có chị không giờ theo lý giống câu giống tao mua qua nè cũng personally khó chú ý là một cái idea của xã liên tới chị của là một chó con trong đó cho nó quê mốt của lũ con thay ít nhóc khâu hậu này chị chỉ nào là tao này chỉ bỏ của lời giờ bỏ của sợ chúa mình chỉ xứ nữa quê tao mốt con là lo có giống mà đi sợ thế là chỉ xả thế sợ tao thế là chỉ gì nữa thấu của chị tao bao nhiêu cho không giờ mong là chị chỉ lo từ thế nên nó cũng lâu rồi dù chị cũng nhỉ chị không giờ mong xem khoảng nó đi lợi chị nói cũng một tỷ mong về lại chị cũng cả của lúc cho mong một trò tụi viên giàu tìm mong village kho cho cũ chè nếu chúa chè nó nếu mà discount chè của thế thì ô giờ có mua discount chè cũ yếu nữa nè giờ của thế là mua lúc đã cho nó lỏng mỗi con chó thì nó chọn có danh gia make sure hệ tên danh gia lô này chè mà lisa sẽ ok dùng linh cha lợi thế ở bên nông nồi nhá họ bên trong giấy chè hỗ trợ họ ý nhiều sọ cho li bé cho từ degree chè cô chỉ cho nó hành lợi thế ý giờ ý khởi dùng cơ rồi bé cho nhớ rồi bé chờ nó nè thầu cú chó tao lên nó chè cũng mỗi lúc chọn cả lo lên nó xếp bún cha á xùa những cha chè cũng mà li sờ dùng li cha lợi chỉ số dùng linh cha lợi chè ô chè phun dùng li cha thiết là cha chỉ cho hành này khó đua cho xây trong gì hay già lố già lợi chị mới sợ đó cú chỉ kinh sợ chúa để này ít lú chúa hồng machine xứ chị làm gì khốn giờ tây già ở dùng gì dù ô tô họ cho nhua chị dù ở chỉ tàu đi nữa vì thì chỉ tàu cỡ tiền nữa vậy giá của lúc cũng thay tòn đây nó theo lịch bỏ xua giả yêu cờ tía chị yêu những châu cha kinh cha họ chỉ tao cờ ai số đu li cũng nó xứ nữa chị là xí xứ ó cú lúc chua này chị thọ bé nhá thọ bé lúc cú chê Wisconsin này cú chặt xí tu yếu cho cú sợ hiểu sợ không giờ cho cả nhân gia chạy chị chê qua sợ tôi chính gia chê là thua có đã cho okay. Xây rồng này chảo tua chị giờ tao mà mạo xuyên tay sờ tua ta khăn nè khăn mà la chỉ chọn thâu đi nữa sờ rộng tư lo khăn nó chỉ la chỉ thâu đi ok giờ tao patient vì để chúa mê chúa chỉ mua giò chị sợ tê à tứ tố lên nó chị chỉ dùng gì okay. Alright cô sợ uống nói chị của nhà mất con lo cho rồi giống này có make sure hay tiệc của sần da chị dùng cây sờ cây thọ trá công nó thì tiề dù chỉ tới cho pro này giờ hello everybody hello welcome to my channel I am making some sewing here what I'm making here is attaching a Hmong bandao to the back of a Hmong shirt for me. This is my outfit. All right, it's done. We'll see. Most of the time, it's one-time sewing to get it straight. Some other times, after I sew it, I check and then it came out not straight. I end up have to redo it. But let's see this time. Hopefully, I don't have to undo it and re-sew again. Let me see. Okay. So after I sew, then I hold the shirt like this to determine if it's straight. All right, it is straight, so I'm all done. Okay, this part is all done. This is handmade. It's beautifully handmade. So this project here, it's all done. Next, I'm moving on to a more complicated project. This is a Hmong baby carrier. So in our tradition or in our culture, when we have children, it is the mom's duty or responsibility to prepare one baby carrier per child. I have 3 sons and 1 goddaughter. All of my 3 sons, I have already made each one of them a baby carrier. So this one, I'm going to make it for my goddaughter. It's a beautiful, all of these are handmade baby carrier. And I'm going to attach, this is the band to the baby carrier, but I wanted to make it a little more fancy. Most of the time, people just use the green fabric here attaching to the baby carrier, but I wanted to make it more fancy, so I am adding embroidery sash onto the band here. But let me change my thread first. I need color green thread. Color green. Okay, here's color green. Oops. This is a better green color to go with the green fabric here. Oh, it's hard to release the thread here. Oh my goodness. They don't leave the end of this thread. Oh, so hard to get it out. Come on. All right. But this one is almost gone. I don't have enough. Okay. I might have to use the lighter color. And I think that'll be okay. Let's thread the machine first. I'm getting old and I don't have a very clear eyesight, so it will take me longer time each time to thread my machine or my needle. All right, let's see, how am I going to pin this? All right, the 2 ends. I want to make sure the ends are straight evenly. Okay. I need to mark the center of the band or the sash. So the middle, it's going to go, the middle of the band, it's going to go right in the middle of the baby carrier, like this. Okay. All right. Let's do some marking. I need to sew the embroidery on the sash first before attaching it to the baby carrier. That is why I need to mark where I need to attach the embroidered piece. Okay. Right. Let's pin the embroidered piece onto the sash. Same thing on the other end. Pin it to where I mark. Okay. And then now, putting the baby carrier back to measure, make sure it'll fit. Make sure it'll fit right on. Oops. This side is a little bit off. Okay. So I need to bring this side closer. Closer here. Perfect. Okay. Got it. I'm going to sew the green sash onto the carrier first and then attaching the other two pieces since I know where they're going to be. All right. Okay. Let's see. This part is pink, so it would make sense if the bobbin should be pink instead of green because I'm going to sew on the green side. Okay, perfect. So let's change the bobbin to pink. It takes some thinking here to make sure I do it right. Okay, all right. Move the pin so it won't damage the machine. All right. I am a rookie sewer here, so I must take my time so that I don't end up redoing it. All right. Let's check. Okay. Okay, this is good. That's a little bit. One more stitch. Okay. All right. Perfect. Got it. Okay. See, it's all attached. Okay. Now we're going to add the embroidery piece onto the sash, but I need to change the bobbin back to green color. Okay, let's pin the embroidery. I'm going to sew one side at a time. Let's do this side first. Like this. I'm going to attach it like this. Right on to the green piece. Do you ladies like to sew also? You like sewing, or you do sewing projects? The first time I started to sew was way back 40 years ago. I would say over 40 years ago when I was in high school. In high school, I took a sewing class, a basic sewing class. And then after that, I have not sewn until several years ago when my children grew older and I wanted to learn how to make Hmong clothes for them. That's when I started to learn how to sew again. At the end here, I'm going to fold it to make the end a finished look, like this, folded like this. Okay, and then pin. Oop, not straight. Okay, all right. Let's sew one side first, and then we'll pin the other side. This is a very well-made baby carrier. Very well made. I bought it from a relative. They made this from Thailand and they ship it over to the US. So I bought this piece from a relative. Whoever the lady made this did a very, very fine and beautiful job. I have very limited sewing space here. That's why it's kind of crowded. So pardon me for that. For my little space. Let me check. It doesn't look straight. Oh, not able to sew. What happened? Oh, the thread came off. My goodness. Okay, let's thread again. The upper thread came off without I realize it. Let's thread it again. Hopefully, this time will go through. Okay. I wish I have some music, but I don't. And it's pretty quiet, so it's kind of boring, but all right. Let's try it again. To those who are an expert sewer, it might look easy for them, but for me, it's a hard job, not easy. Reminds me of my mom's beautiful words. Yes, this is a very, very pretty, all handmade baby carrier. While my eyesight is still quite clear, I want to get all of this done and put away into my children's suitcase. So when I get very old and they have children coming along, they can just open up the suitcase and use it. That's my plan. That is why I am preparing this way ahead of time. I will remove each pin as I go. The embroidery sash here in 2018, my husband and I took all of our children for an overseas trip to Thailand. So I got this from Thailand. As I mentioned earlier, in our Hmong culture, all of the moms prepare each child a baby carrier. When I had my oldest child, my mom gave me one, and I used the same baby carrier for all of my 3 children, and it never worn out. It's still in brand new condition. So I am passing that one on to one of my sons. The other 2 sons, I got each of them a new one, but the one that my mom gave me to carry all of my boys, I passed that on to one of them. I think it's the youngest, the baby one. All right, we're coming to an end here. Okay, done one side. Okay, there it is. So when you carry the baby on your back, this part will show at the front when you crisscross the sash around your chest carrying the baby. Okay. I need to add more thread onto my bobbin. So let's add more thread before we finish sewing. Okay. Oh my goodness. So old, cannot see it as well as when I was younger. Threading the bobbin here, it's taking a long time for me. Oh my goodness. It has a little hole. Okay, got it. And I'm not young, I'm already 59. I just turned 59, and the lucky part is I have not worn an eyeglasses, so that's a good thing. All right. Let's thread the machine again. It's winter time and the air is so dry, so everything is very static here. Here I go again, see? Not able to see it well, but I got it through at one try this time. Let's make sure the thread comes out good. Okay, perfect. All right, let's pin the other side. I don't need the chocks again anymore, so put it away. Okay, I want to make sure I pin it well. It's very thick, so I have to be careful so I don't break the pin needle. Oops, so thirsty. I have to drink my lemongrass hot tea in my thermo here. Okay. Hmong New Year, it's almost over everywhere. I think maybe throughout the nation, maybe a week, probably it comes down to the last week of New Year everywhere. And then pretty soon I have to start thinking about what to sew for my children to wear next year for Hmong New Year. It's always good to plan ahead of time, to think ahead of time, so we have enough time to locate fabrics of the color that we like or the design that we like. Most of the time I make traditional outfits for my boys. We usually don't wear fashion or modern outfits. Most of the time it's traditional. Right, got it. Okay. Oh. In this little house, we don't have much space and everywhere it's so cramped. But at my old home in Wisconsin, I had my own sewing room, so I had plenty of rooms. But here, I don't. But I'm trying my best to make things work. All right. Let's secure the end first before we sew further. Take out the pin. I wish I can sing too, so that I can sing along as I sew, but I don't know how to sing. That's one skill I don't have. I can talk a lot, but I cannot sing. I'm very glad I was able to get my YouTube doing live videos. So going forward, my friends, on the screen, I will be doing my regular exercise on YouTube Live, and I'll be talking in Hmong language about health education, nutrition. And so whenever you, and I also will eat my meals on live before, because I was not able to do live. I have been recording my eating videos, but going forward, when I'm able to, I will be on live eating my meals also. I really enjoy eating in front of the camera. And my sons are so supportive. My sons are very supportive. They said, "Ma, that's fine. If you like it, you do it." And as long as you enjoy it. At the end here, we need to fold it to have a finished look. Okay. Fold it inside to get a finished look. All right. Turn the other side. Oops. Oh yeah, it's hard. Okay. We're coming to the end here. All done. Yay! One project out of the way for my children. Okay. I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to kind of put on the baby carrier so you know what it looks like. All right, let's move the camera here. Okay. Pardon me, my small space here. Okay. Okay. Here it is. Here, a beautiful baby carrier. Normally, the mom would just attach the green color or black color sash, but I wanted to make extra fancy for my children, so I am sewing on the embroidery piece over the sash or the band here like this. And let me kind of put it on. Let's say a baby is on the back, on my back. The baby is on my back. Okay, the baby is on my back here. And I take the carrier, put over the baby's back, and wrap it like this to the front. Okay, to the front. The baby is out there. To the front, I'm going to crisscross like this. So this is the pretty part. Okay, this is the pretty part. Crisscross like this to the back of the baby, and then wrap it back to the front. Okay, to the front. And if you are a large person, you can tie to the front. But if you are a smaller person, you'll go back around the baby and then tie it on the back. Double knot to make sure it's secure so the baby won't fall and the baby is out there. Just like this. Okay. So one project done. I am so glad I'm able to get it done today. And then let me put on the Hmong shirt that I sewed earlier. Well, actually, I have to fold it nicely, not like this. Okay, fold it. Fold it very nicely like this. And then I'm wrapping the sash around the carrier like this. And then put it away with my daughter's Hmong clothes. So in the future, when she has a baby, she can just take it out and use it. Okay, so let me put on my Hmong shirt. I have to drink my tea. Getting thirsty. Okay. All right. I just got this from a friend's store in Hmong Village last week. Okay, look at the bag. I changed it to a handmade dacha. In Hmong language, we call this dacha. So I like the original handmade versus the machine made. The machine made, when we buy the outfit, they put on the machine made, and I don't like that. So I take the machine made out and then bought a handmade one and put it on. This adds beauty to the outfit, makes it more original and looks nicer, in my opinion. Okay. That's about it. So that's all my sewing project today. Thank you so much for coming to join me today, making my Hmong shirt and sewing my daughter's baby carrier. So hopefully next time when I'm live again doing exercise or eating, come back to join me, all right? And tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas to you and your family. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.